Hello, kindergarten. We are doing a brand new writing lesson for this week, and we are going to focus on adding details to our story. And we want to make sure that when we're adding details, we're making our stories really juicy, really interesting. We don't want to write boring stories. We want to write interesting stories. We don't want to have boring pictures. We want to have interesting pictures with lots of details and lots of labels. So for Monday and Wednesday, we're going to be working on adding lots of details to our story. So as always, we need to first think about our story, think about the picture that we're going to draw, and then think about the words we're going to write. So I think I want to try to write a story about seeing a large tree, because near where I live, there are lots and lots of trees. So I think I want to write about seeing a large tree with a field, and maybe I might draw the sun, maybe I might draw some flowers and the grass. So I think I want to write a story about seeing a large tree with flowers and the grass, and then also drawing the sun. So remember, I want to make sure I'm adding lots and lots of details to my picture and my story. So here I go. Go ahead and draw the grass. And then I'm going to draw a really large tree, as large as I can draw it. And remember, with your story, you can write about whatever you want to write about. If you want to write about animals, if you want to write about yourself, if you want to write about something that you're doing, if you want to make up something, you write about whatever it is that you want to write about, but make sure you're adding lots and lots and lots of details to your picture and to the words that you will write for your sentence. Maybe you're going to write one sentence, maybe you're going to write 2 or 3. So right now I've drawn my large tree, I've drawn the grass. I think maybe I want to draw some flowers, so I'll draw like the stems shooting up. Draw some flowers, draw some tulips. And I don't want to forget that when I'm done with my picture, I want to make sure that I'm writing labels. I don't want to just write one label. I want to write maybe 2, 3, could even be 4 labels for my picture, so that people know all the things that are in my story, that are in my picture. So I'm done drawing my picture. I think right now I'm going to add some labels. So I know that I have drawn a tree, so I want to write next to my tree the word tree. Tree I know starts with a T, E. And then I also drew some flowers. So right next to my flowers, I'm going to try to spell the word flowers, and I can use Stretchy the Snake to help me to spell that word. So full, here F and an L, ow, flowers. I hear that R sound. Flowers, S at the end, flowers. And I also know that I drew some grass. So I can write the word grass. I hear that G sound, I hear that R, grass, grass, okay? So I did my labels, tree, grass, and flowers. But I want to remember, I'm adding lots of details. So I want to see if there's anything missing in my picture. And one thing I forgot to do that I mentioned was drawing the sun. So I'm going to draw the sun in the sky. And I think maybe I'll include some clouds. So again, you want to add as much detail to your picture as you're about to add so many details to your story. Okay, so now I think I'm done. I've drawn lots of details in my picture. I've made sure to add labels. I have flowers, grass, and tree, and I drew lots of stuff. So So now I want to think about writing my sentence. And remember, I want to think about my story, think about my sentence at least 5 times. You can think about it more, but at least 5 times. And I have to remember, I need to add details. So let me think about my story first. I see a tree. 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 Okay, I think I'm ready to write. So I know my first word is going to be capitalized, that first letter. I see, and I know C is a sight word, so I know how to spell the word see. I see A. And then of course I put it in my label. I know how to spell the word tree. And then I don't want to forget my big fat period. But as I'm looking at this sentence that I thought about, it's not a bad sentence, but it's not very juicy. It's not very interesting. And I want to make sure that I'm adding details. So this sentence really isn't good enough. I want to make sure to add more details. So this sentence is a no. I need to start over. So I put a big X right next to it. I need to start over. So here I go. How can I add more details to my sentence? So if I don't just see a tree, maybe I could say I see a large tree. That's adding details because I'm talking about how big the tree is. I could say that it's large, or I could say that it's big. Or I could even add more details because I drew flowers in my story. I could say, I see a large tree and flowers. I see a large tree and flowers. And I could even talk about the colors of some of the flowers. I know in my picture, I have red flowers and orange flowers. So maybe I could talk about the color. I see a large tree and red flowers. I see a large tree and pretty flowers. I could say that they're pretty. I see a large tree and pretty flowers. I see a large tree and pretty flowers. I see a large tree and pretty flowers. I think that's adding a lot of details because I'm talking about how big the tree is and that I'm seeing flowers, but not only that, but they're really pretty. So here I go. I'm going to start over. And I know how to spell the word see because that's a sight word. See a large. Large. Again, I can use Stretchy the Snake to help me spell the word. Large. I can say it slowly. Ooh, I hear that L sound. R. I hear that R sound. Large. J. There we go. I see a large tree. And I know I'm not done. I'm going to use the sight word and. I see a large tree and pretty. 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 Hear that R, P-R, Hear that E sound, pretty. Hear that T, pretty, E-E. I hear that E sound. I see a large tree and pretty flowers. And I spelled the word flowers in my labels, so that makes it easy for me to write. Flowers. And I don't want to forget to add my period at the end. So remember, we are adding lots of details to our story. We want to make sure there's lots of details in our picture, including our labels. Think about how you can make your picture really interesting, really, really cool. And then with your sentence, think about how you can make your story juicy or interesting. What would make somebody want to read your work and go, wow, that's amazing. I see a tree is a okay sentence, but it's kind of boring. So you want to make something that's interesting. I see a large tree and pretty flowers. So for your work, whatever you want to write about, whatever you want to draw about, Make sure you're adding lots of details. Make your story really interesting. All right, kindergarten. I hope you guys do a great job with your writing work. I cannot wait to read your responses. Bye for now.